welcome to my channel. This is Autistic Reborn Mommy. I'm here with Amelia. I'm going to be redoing her hair. Also, we are going to be talking about loads of different things, and I'm going to show you how she does with the cards that has the pictures on it. And also I am using a regular hairbrush for her hair, but I'm going really gently through it. I always start with the bottom and work my way up so I don't pull out her hair and all the tangles get out. But normally I would use a baby brush, but I didn't feel like getting it out. We're just having a laid back, lazy day, so that's why I'm just using the regular brush. I will show you all how long her hair is because you're probably curious. So let's turn her around. This is how long her hair is, clear past her butt. Extremely long. Now I am going to do my best, let me get situated here, to French braid her hair. And it is a struggle sometimes to do it, but we're going to do our best with it because she likes to have her hair braided. So we just do the best we can when it comes to hair. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that, obviously. But she always likes to have her hair braided. It feels good. But your sister Ellie doesn't like to have her hair done. So that's why you don't really see her getting her hair done or anything like that. But that's okay because each baby's different. They all have their likes and dislikes, just like everybody else does. It might take a few times for me to get her hair the way I like it, but it's okay because it's just a learning process on how to do it. Plus, oh crap. I am still learning how to do her hair with the French braids because, like I said, she's the only one that likes to have her hair braided, and she likes it when it's French braided, but she also likes it when it's just regular braided. So that's why you always see her getting her hair done and not so much her sister. Now, Emmy doesn't like her hair done at all, so that's why she always has messy hair, but that's okay. Let me know if your all's babies are the same way when it comes to their hair being done, or if they actually like their hair being done. I probably do her hair wrong when I do it, but I do it the best that I can, and that's what matters. Plus, when new babies arrive, There will definitely be box openings, of course. And there will also be live streams because that's how I have decided to do them. And then, of course, I will do like I did with Lane, to where I do the box opening where it is live, then go through and do the regular video with the baby because it's fun, but her hair something's going to need redone after I do this because it's going to look like crap, but it'll be alright. Plus, we all learn how to do stuff differently. But that's okay. Plus, we can talk about the different things that people's babies like and don't like. Yes, I'm still right here. I'm just leaning back to do her hair because it's super long. But so Amelia likes to watch. We'll start with that because that's easy. She likes to watch Paw Patrol. She likes Dinosaur Train. She likes iCarly. She likes to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog. She likes SpongeBob. I'm trying to think what else. She loves the nanny. The nanny makes her laugh. What else is there? SpongeBob, iCarly, Paw Patrol. She likes to watch some Spy Kids. Crap, gotta redo that bit. She likes to watch some of the Spy Kids movies. Now, she doesn't like to watch the entire thing because she can't pay attention that long, but she does like Spy Kids. Plus, she likes to watch we're going to go to movies. She likes to watch Frozen. She likes to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog, the movie and cartoon. She likes to watch Paddington. She likes to also watch the musical movies like Sing and Sing 2 and stuff like that. Pretty much any musical movie she likes. Now, I had it to where I wanted to see her reaction for this movie called Cats, and she didn't like it one bit. And when I watched it, I didn't get it because the movie was all over the place. And it's like, why in the world did they make this movie all over the place? So that is our intake on that movie. But she does like cats. Thank goodness, the actual animals, but not the movie. She likes Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but she cuddles up when it gets to the part with the pirates because it scares her, but I make sure to hold her when I know that that part is coming up. What other movies is there she likes? She likes the movie Jumbo. She likes Alpha and Omega. Here is her hair fetish, guys. It's French braided. Ta-da! Hi, Playful Reborns. How are you? Um, Plus, she doesn't like the movie Monster House because it's too scary, and she doesn't like the movie Paw because it's too scary too. But the kids' movies that's musical and stuff like that is what she really likes. Um, Foods is the hardest part for her because her favorite foods is simple and easy. She likes pizza, she likes chicken, she likes donuts, and her snack foods, obviously, who doesn't like snack foods? But her favorites are fudge rounds, oatmeal cream pies. She loves her ice cream. Um, she likes moon pies. She even likes cookies. Huh. Yeah. I'm surprised you're not going to be shy. We're doing good. Thank you. It took a little while to get the bottom part because that's the stalling part, but got it fixed. Plus, she even likes Slim Jims, but she doesn't get a whole one. Like, you know how you get to the store, you have the Slim Jims where they're like this big? I only give her this much because they're spicy. And obviously, even though she likes some spicy food like that, I don't give her too much because obviously it wouldn't be good for her. But she does like Slim Jims. But she hardly ever gets them because I don't really get them for her. And then she loves her water, obviously. She's not a huge fan of chocolate milk, which is a surprise. Um, and she doesn't like pop whatsoever, which wasn't a huge surprise. But I did give her like this much, which isn't a whole lot, and had this much water in it, and she just spit it back out. And then that was the end of it. So it's like, okay, no more pop for you. But I did the same with juice just to see what she would do, and she loved it. So it's like, okay, so we know you like water, you don't like milk, you like juice, and you love water. So it's like, we're good to go because obviously pop is not good. But at least we know what her favorite drinks are. And she likes orange juice, but I really water it down. So it's mainly water compared to the orange juice since that's the sweetest drink. But she loves her orange juice. That's her number one favorite juice. Ain't it? Yeah. You gonna say hi, guys? Wave. Hi. Silly girl. Um, But with her dislikes, she pretty much doesn't like most things. Like, she hates broccoli, cauliflower, she likes cucumbers, thank goodness. Um, when it comes to rice and stuff like that, she doesn't eat it. She spits it back out. She likes peanut butter, thank goodness, but not a whole lot. She likes Jello, but she only likes. She is a sweet girl. She's been super good today and been in a great mood. And if you all checked out yesterday where August was a grouch, he's in a better mood today too, thank goodness. Yesterday, he was just something else. But pretty much when it comes to foods, like, it's sometimes she'll try something new. Like, one time she tried this little piece of an egg roll and she spit it back out because it was disgusting. But I gave her credit because she tried it and that's what counts. And then she tried a little tiny piece of carrot. She doesn't like carrots. She doesn't like fish at all. She spits it out. Huh. Say, I'm just a picky little girl, ain't you? Just so picky. You just so picky. Yeah, I can see Liam right here. He's sleeping. But, her favorite season is summer. She doesn't like the cold. She doesn't care to get on playing the leaves either, which was a huge surprise. Hi, Dozadora. How are you? But I did take her out once to see what she would do in the leaves, and she didn't know what to do. So I worked with her. I'm like, you take leaves and you throw them up to play with them, and she wasn't having it. So it's like, okay, no more leaf playing for you then, since you don't like the leaves. So, oh well. Have a nice night. Bye. You too, Playful Reborns. But she seriously, in the summertime, is a completely different baby. Like in the summertime, take her outside, she's in a great mood and just as giggly as ever. But in the cold, when it's snowing and everything, take her outside for like a second and she starts screaming, and it's like, you're fine, it's just cold. But she doesn't have it, so that's why you don't see the babies in the snow and the cold for, because I don't like it. But let's move her aside and get August, since he's awake with his messy hair, and go over the stuff that he likes and doesn't like. So August likes, for his foods, he likes pizza. He loves his chocolate pudding. He loves to play with his brothers and sisters, but sometimes he just wants his mommy cuddles. And they never get into a fight, thank goodness, for all of them. None of them whatsoever get to a fight with each other, thank goodness. But it's a different story with meltdowns, because sometimes it's really difficult, because if one has a meltdown, then sometimes it causes like three of them to have a meltdown at once. And it's like, okay, we seriously gotta get you all settled down and calm down. No more meltdowns. And sometimes it's as simple as giving them something to play with, to where they're not playing with each other. Or sometimes it's even as simple as putting on cartoons. Because just sometimes them playing with each other, they get a little bit irritated sometimes. Because, like, you know how babies are, where they'll take each other's toys and stuff. Well, with them, that leads to meltdowns. So sometimes it's like, okay, turn on the TV, put on a little bit of cartoons. They instantly calm down. It's like, this is nice. But his favorite drinks, he likes water and he likes juice. That is it. He doesn't like anything else. He loves, for his foods, donuts. And he loves pizza besides pudding. And he likes chicken, but it has to be really small pieces. Thank you. And when I mean small pieces, I mean like this big is how big it has to be. But he does really good when I do that, so he can eat it himself. And sometimes he needs help eating because he doesn't want to pick it up and eat it. So I feed it to him sometimes, and he does wonderful. His favorite cartoons are definitely Dinosaur Train, and he even likes to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog, and he likes to watch Arthur. And none of the babies like to watch Super Y whatsoever. When I put it on for them to watch it to see if they would like a new cartoon, none of them liked it whatsoever. It was on for 2 seconds, and they was just like, nope, don't care, and then started playing. It's like, okay. So then changed it to something else in case if they wanted to watch something else. I put it on Dinosaur Train. Instantly, boom, okay, we're watching cartoons now. It's like, well, now we know no Super Y for you then. And then occasionally he likes to watch The Nanny, but not all the time, because obviously, he's just a baby. But the older ones, especially Leon, loves to watch The Nanny. Now, I'm not going to get all the babies and go over their favorite things with everything, but I will say that most of their stuff is the same thing, where they all like the same thing. And of course they all love their water, you all know that. But for those that's new, they all do love their water, and they are all autistic and have learning disabilities. which just means that they learn slower. August here has a smushed in face, and his right arm is shorter and it's fatter because he was born like that, but he can still use it just like his left one. And he even had a dent on his head from where he was born with a flat head, and we thought that he would need a helmet to fix it, but it fixed itself on its own, so he doesn't need a helmet. And then the rest of it, that's it with their disabilities except one, which is Lane. He has the most disabilities, so I will show him in the video later on and explain his and show you what he looks like. But his other disabilities is he has rosacea, which means that when he plays, he turns really red. I had to put lotion on him to help him not be so red, to help it out. He has a lazy eye. He could have a retina detachment in his other eye. They call his rosacea walking horse because it affects his mobility with everything. Like his handwriting, his walking, and stuff like that. So he needs speech, occupational therapy, and physical therapy to help him out. They all have auditory processing disorder, which means that they hear one thing, but somebody else said something different. And then they all have sensory processing disorder, which means that they don't like certain smells, taste, and they don't like loud noises and bright lights. So, also, yeah, I did say that he could have a detachment, but those are Lane's extra disabilities that he has. Now, we don't know for sure if any of the other babies will have any other disabilities besides being autistic, having learning disabilities. But once we find out for sure, of course, I will do updates with that. But as of right now, no more that we know of. And they all like water, I've already said. They all like chocolate pudding. It's hit and miss with someone chocolate milk because Amelia likes, she doesn't like chocolate milk whatsoever, but when it comes to Ellie, she likes chocolate milk, but not all the time. And then Leon doesn't like chocolate milk whatsoever. So with Ellie, Devontae, and Emmy, it's just hit and miss. It's like, okay, do you want some chocolate milk or do you not want it? So it's kind of a guessing game with them with it. But they all love their pizza as long as I cut it up into small pieces. They love their chicken. They don't like fish whatsoever. They think it's disgusting. But I, on the other hand, I like fish because I like tuna because it's good, but they don't like it. But they even like juice besides water. Now, August is the only one that doesn't really care for juice, but he'll drink it occasionally, so there's that advantage, I guess you could say. But they even like donuts. Now, when it comes to donuts, they don't like the ones that has it to where it's got jelly fill in the middle because they think it's disgusting. Because they tried a piece of it and they spit it out, so it's like, okay, no more of that. But the ones that has the cream in it, they like. So those are their number one favorite donuts, is the ones with the cream in it. And then their cartoons is almost the same. Now, Ellie and Leon love to watch The Nanny as well, but they love to watch it more than August does. And the reason that they like it is because they think it's hilarious. Even though they don't understand what's going on or anything. But it's like, okay, you can just keep watching it even though you don't get it. It's okay. Because, I know that is that way with other people too, with some of the shows that they watch. Like, they may not get it, but they still watch it anyways. That's how they are with it. But their movies is mainly cartoons. The only ones that's not cartoons is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, really. Because, I mean, seeing it in Frozen, all them is cartoons. But when it comes to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, they watch it. But when it comes to the pirates, they all cringe up to me because it scares them. But I explained to them that pirates aren't real and they're not going to come after you or anything like that, and get them settled down, and then they're good to go for the rest of the movie. It's like, this is nice. But that's the only movie that they have trouble with that they watch that's cartoons. They're not scared when it comes to watching Alpha and Omega or Jumbo, because Jumbo, for those who have never seen it, is about these animals that do a spelling contest, and they give the elephant some kind of stuff where he forgets, so he would lose his spelling test, but in the end he ends up remembering everything and he wins it. That's Jumbo. I don't let them watch Monster House because it's too scary for them, and so you won't find them watching that whatsoever. But what I know with the scary movies, like, some people will let their kids watch it, but my kids, or I should say my babies, because I consider them all my babies, even though Ellie and Leon are the older ones, but to me they're still my babies. But even with them, I don't let them watch scary things because they don't like it. So that's why I just avoid scary things with them. Because when I was watching Monster House, I wasn't paying attention to you well, that Ellie was watching it too, and she started screaming, and I turned around. When I seen her watching it, I'm like, oh crap. So I turned it off, calmed her down and everything, and she literally had to sleep with me for 2 weeks just to get the movie gone from her head. I had to keep constantly talking to her about it. Now keep in mind, they cannot speak, they have to use a talker. I go by their facial expressions on their needs and wants and stuff like that and how they're acting. So that's how I knew that she was seeing it and scared the crap out of her. But after that, no more watching it and paying close attention to make sure that they're not watching it because they'll be scared. But they're not picky when it comes to movies as long as it's cartoons. But it's mainly their food and sometimes their drinks that they're picky about. Mainly their food. But when the new babies come, we'll find out more about their disabilities and what other ones they have besides being autistic and learning disabilities. And then we'll do updates on that. Plus, we will even find out too what they like and don't like as well. And also, we are doing the Valentine's Day tag, almost a Christmas tag, because the tree. But we're doing the Valentine's Day tag from the beginning, which was the first, obviously, until the end of the month, which just means anything red, pink, and white, or just anything related with Valentine's Day. And then next month, it'll be green, anything to do with St. Patrick's Day. And then tag me with the @ autistic reborn mommy, so I know that you're participating in it. And he is wanting to lay down, so he can lay down right there beside his brother. And we'll bring Amelia back over here. You fascinated with yourself, ain't you? Huh? You fascinated with yourself? You fascinated with yourself? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so fascinated with yourself. She loves to do that sometimes. But, it's gonna be super sweet to have them home and you all to meet them and everything. I know that there is no video uploaded for today yet, but there will be, don't worry, and the puppet will be in it as well. So don't worry about that. Yes, he sleeps with his eyes open sometimes. But that's perfectly fine, because babies are super cute and adorable. Huh. But I know that sometimes you're like, why is it that Amelia's hair gets braided all the time and not Ellie's? That's because she loves to have her hair braided and Ellie doesn't whatsoever. She only likes her hair braided when she's getting sick. So that's why you only find her with her hair braided then, or her getting her hair done then. But you can't help it that she's that way because every baby is different. Some babies like bows, some doesn't. It just all depends on them. Plus, in April, we will be doing the Easter tag with anything related to Easter. Every tag will be for the whole month, and our tag is the @autistic reborn mommy because there's another YouTube channel called Autistic Reborn Mommy as well, but her says her name and some numbers, and my just is Autistic Reborn Mommy. So that way there we can keep track and we can watch your all's videos even more when you put your tag so we know. Plus we love to do shoutouts because it's really fun to do. Sometimes we shout out people, but the reason I had quit doing that because I know that some of you are probably like, yeah, why did you quit? Well, here's your answer. It was because I felt like I was just on the same channels, and it's really hard to remember a huge long list of channels, especially when I find new ones. And I might not be able to pronounce or anything like that, and it's really hard to keep up with all of them. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, it's probably old hearing the same ones, and then saying that the rest of the shoutouts goes to everyone. So why not just make it simple and easy and say shoutouts go to everybody? So that's why I had switched it up. But of course, when the new babies are home, the artist will get the shout out to make that more of the way it should be, because the artist did say it's completely fine to give her a shout out. And so that's why she'll be getting shout outs with the babies and everything. Plus, you're like, why is that Christmas tree up and it's February? Well, that tree stays up all year long. I never take it down. So that's why you'll always see that tree. And then you might be like, okay, why is it then that you have the puppet, but she always has different names instead of just one name? That's because it's hard to remember her name from time to time, especially sometimes I forget what her name was. So then it's like, okay, well, here's your new name. And I had asked her, and you can find a video, because there's plenty of videos of them that I did, where she has different names. But in one of them, I had asked her, I'm like, is it fine if you have different names? And she's like, yeah. She said that she loves to have different names, so that's why the puppet always has different names. But she hasn't been in the videos because she's been on a strike, so that's why I've just been doing laid back, updated videos and stuff like that. And there are no likes and dislikes because who doesn't want to know what each baby likes and doesn't like and stuff like that? Because, it gives everybody a more sense of like, oh, like, my baby's the same way, and maybe you thought, oh, well, my baby's the only one that does like broccoli. Well, then when everybody's doing their updates and everything, it gives you a sense, oh, well, my baby's not the only one that doesn't like this or does like this, because other people's is the same way. So that's why we do it, just to help everybody out. And plus, we even talk about disabilities and explain them, like being on the autism spectrum, because some people might not know about it and they might not understand stuff about it. So that's why we do it, to give an understanding about it and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. But the puppet will be back in the videos, because I talked to her last night and she said yes, she was done being on a strike, she's ready to be back in the videos. So be prepared for her to be in the video for today when I get it done and uploaded. And she enjoys telling jokes too, but the reason that there was a poll asking about the jokes and about her saying the same jokes or having new ones and not doing it is because, like, with the tags, it just seemed like she's telling the same jokes and it feels like it might get old with just the same jokes. So that's why there was a poll up asking about it. But I know not everybody can see the community page or anything like that, but if at any point you have any questions that you want answered and you might not understand something, feel free to leave the question and I will answer it. And, you know, of course, don't make it anything where it's an uncomfortable question, because obviously I want to answer it. But make sure it's something like, say, oh, why is it that Blaine has glasses, for instance? Like, if you ask something like that, of course I will answer it. But if it's something that's too personal or that I seriously don't feel comfortable answering, I won't answer it. So, of course, don't expect a response to a question like that. And, of course, there's going to be loads and loads of outdoor videos when the weather straightens out. So there will be videos of the babies playing on the swing and having little picnics on the trampoline as well. They will even have picnics in their stroller wagon, because obviously who doesn't like a little picnic? I can't really think of what else they'll be doing outside. Now, they will be having little pool parties as well, but you won't see any footage of that, because that's just too personal of a space invasion. So there won't be any like that at all. But most of the babies, something says, will need glasses, but that's okay, because we have glasses here for them that they can choose from and everything like that. Different colors. Some of them is the same color, but I tried to get different colored so that over there, if they don't want to match, then they don't have to, but if they want to, they can. And I'm not, like, if you're curious where I got their glasses from or something like that, don't hesitate to ask, because I will answer that, obviously. Because there is people that's probably curious on where, like, their glasses came from or something like that. So just don't be scared to ask a question like that, okay? Because I will definitely answer it, like, oh, where did you get Liliana's pajamas? Well, they came from a clothing giveaway. Because some people doesn't feel like spending money for baby clothes when they can go to a clothing giveaway to get them. There's nothing wrong with it either. But I do want to say thank you all so much for being subscribed to my channel. I have noticed, don't think it doesn't go unnoticed, that we have gotten more new subscribers, which is awesome. And I even noticed too and seen that 48.1% of you are not subscribed to my channel. Please, 1,000 times, please subscribe if you like the content. It is 1,000% free to do so. And then please make sure to comment and hit the thumbs up and click the bell. Then there will be an option that comes up where it says all, and I forget what else it says, but you want to make sure to click all so you get notified every time we're live and post a video. And if you can see, then you'll see what we post in the community tab as well. But I know not everybody can see what's posted in the community tab, which is why I don't really post anything in there, because I know not everybody can see it. So that's why we mainly just do live streams and regular videos. And we do have fun making the videos. All the babies enjoy being in them. And yes, she is stimming right now, staring at herself is one of her stims that she does. In case you're all like, whoa, Amelia's being so strange, she's staring at the camera. Well, that's how she stims. Sometimes it's just by staring at stuff. There's nothing wrong with it, you know. I always let them stim as long as they're not hurting themselves or hurting me. But most of the time, as in 99.9.5% of the time, they're not hurting anything, so I just let them. And I will tell you their favorite stems right now, because we can cover that. That's easy. They love to rock back and forth. They love to swing. They love to play in the water. They love to take their hands over anything that's soft and go over it where it's barely touching it. And they even like to watch strings dangling. They love to line up their toys. Now, I know that you all don't see them doing these things all the time, but they seriously do those things all the time. And they don't have car toys to play with, but something says that when I get them some to play with, then that'll be their new stem, because they'll probably be watching the wheel spinning on the cars, which, yes, it is a stem. And there's nothing wrong with it at all whatsoever. Plus, none of the babies need a G-tube or anything like that, thank goodness. But if they did, then, you know, it would just be something that we'd have to get adjusted to, and we'd have to get a routine with. Also, I didn't forget, I want to do this. Let me get the cards. So, I said in the video that we were going to take these cards, they're matching cards, and see how good they do with them. Well, I was going to start with Ellie, but I decided to change my mind and do it now with Amelia, since she's here on the bed. Yes, they came from a chicken fillet meal. That is a kid's meal. It's supposed to be a matching name for the car, but who cares? Because it's learning for them. So, I want her to be able... Oh, crap. So, we're going to have to do this. Well, no, we can leave it the way it is. So, each one is different colored, but it's the same, like the ice cream cones, the cakes, and everything like that. So what they're supposed to do is you're supposed to have the cards flipped over. You're supposed to be able to pick them and match them up, and it's supposed to count. But I want her to be able to know that this is a cake. Now, I know she can't read or anything like that, but she can still recognize colors and pictures at least. So, what I'm going to do with this cake is tell her that the colors is red and green. And that's how I'm going to start off doing it. And then the whole goal is to, at the end, her to recognize that the birthday cake goes with the birthday cake, and the ice cream cone goes with the ice cream cone. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so I'm going to block her so she's not staring at herself. But look, green, red, green, red. Okay. And then we're going to move on to the ice cream cone. I'm going to tell her it's brown and blue. And then I'll do this last one And then, of course, we'll do this with all the babies. And their whole goal is to be able to match the pictures and recognize, like, oh, this is an ice cream cone. It goes with the other ice cream cone, and the bird goes with the bird. And then, if the other babies can talk, then I want them to be able to go, oh, this is an ice cream cone, this is a birthday cake, and this is a bird. But I'm going to do this last one with her, and hopefully she gets this down. This is brown, brown, and this is blue, blue. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do it with them. Now, I might not necessarily keep doing it with her because she's smaller than her brothers and sisters, and obviously it's going to take them a long while to understand it, but that's what I want them to be able to do, is recognize that it's blue, it's red, it's brown, and it's a cake, it's a bird, and stuff like that. You are probably freaking out because he's sleeping with his eyes open, but he does that sometimes. And plus, I have to get their ABC cards to work with them. Now, I will do this when I get the cards before we continue on with the picture cards, but when I get their learning cards, it will have ABCs on it, and I think there was some with numbers on it too, so they can recognize apple and stuff like that. And then obviously going 1, 2, 3, and picking up on those things as well. Hi Kelly, how are you? Do you want to be a moderator also? Because obviously they need to learn their ABCs and their numbers, even though they can't speak. Doesn't mean that they can't learn and they don't understand what we're saying, because they do. Because even though they can't speak or anything like that, it doesn't mean that they don't know what you're saying, they don't understand anything, because they do. It just needs broken down to where they understand it. And it might be frustrating to where they're not getting it, but patience and practice and constantly working on it makes them understand it. That's the key things. And the reason I haven't gotten their cards yet is because I haven't went to get them yet. But when I get them, I promise that you will see that for sure on the process and everything like that. Plus, I did think about getting the ABCs where it's in the strips like this. That's for a classroom, but I'm not going to because I don't feel like I need to. But if anything, I could get the book that has to where it has the ABCs in it, and then they can learn to trace it like that instead of just pointing to the letter with a pointer thingy and doing it like that. It's like, I found out with them that they're all visual, which means you can't just sit there and explain something to them and expect them to boom, they got it and go with it and everything like that. They need to see it to pick it up. So I figured the easiest thing would be get the book so they can learn to write it, and they can also see this is how I'm writing it and this is the sound it makes and everything like that, besides with the cards. Because when I seen that there was ABC cards and there was number cards, it's like, this is sweet and this is perfect because they can learn their stuff with these cards, which is a huge help. I'm trying to get it to where y'all can see here. Alright, let's scoot this close. Nope, that ain't open. There we go. But that's the reasons for getting those cards and everything is to work with them. None of them will be advanced anytime soon to where they will need to learn how to count money or anything like that. So don't expect any of that stuff to happen. Just expect it to be videos in the near future with numbers and letters and them practicing writing. I do have other videos in mind to do where they're coloring and stuff like that just on plain paper, so then you all can see how exactly they color and stuff like that. And then when it comes to them doing their ABCs and stuff, it will be directly hand over hand, meaning she's holding the pencil and I'm holding the pencil in her hand, going over it with her, and we're making the letter A, so she gets a feel for, oh, this is exactly how you draw the letter A. So that way there it gives her a sense of this is what it feels like to draw it and write and stuff like that. But it's going to be super fun to get those videos out, besides all the other ones I got in mind to do as well. And plus, if you all have any suggestions on more things that you feel like they should get to learning later on as well, you can leave those, and it'll probably be a long while before they're advanced to doing those things, but it's completely fine. And like I said too, if you have any questions, as long as they're not things that I don't feel comfortable answering, then of course I will answer them. Plus, we do know that the new ones will more than likely need glasses, and they all for sure, 100% sure, autistic and have learning disabilities as well. They will be going for testing to find out about having auditory processing disorder and sensory processing disorder. But just so you know, because you're probably like, okay, what does them maybe not having sensory processing disorder have to be them being autistic? That's because, fun fact for those who don't know this, just because they're on the autism spectrum doesn't mean that they necessarily have a learning disability, and it doesn't mean that they necessarily have sensory processing disorder, and auditory processing disorder doesn't necessarily mean they have it either, just because they're autistic. So keep that in mind as well, because there is some people that's on the spectrum that's really high functioning that can even name off the presidents in alphabetical order. They can name off dinosaurs and stuff like that. But there are some where they can't do those things because they're not advanced enough to do it. But they have other stuff that they're good at. And there's also some that do have other struggles. Like some have learning disabilities, which comes along sometimes with being on the autism spectrum. And also, sometimes they do even have sensory processing disorder and stuff like that that come along with it, which also can include sleep issues. And of course, they have sleep issues, which is no secret. So that's why sometimes when I'm doing a live stream and it's nighttime, that's why you'll see only one baby, because they can't sleep, they had a nightmare, something like that. But there will be loads of fun videos to come, and it's really nice also to educate about autism and stuff like that, so people can understand more about it, in case that they come across somebody or they meet somebody that's on the spectrum, and they can kind of realize like, oh, well, that is what it means and stuff like that, you know? But I'm going to let you all go. Thank you for joining me for the live stream, and we'll see you all in the video because we're doing it backwards today. See you guys later. Bye.